So students, today we are going to see about design of products, process and work system. So in third unit, product design, influencing factors, approaches, legal ethicals and environmental issues. These are the topics today we are going to see. So what is product design, and when we will go for a design? So if you are going to produce a new products, in that sense you will go for a product designs. While you are going for a product designs, you'll keep the customers in your mind, whether it will be useful for your customers or not. For example, if you are going to design a pen, okay, then you'll be thinking of that lead, ink and the shape of the pen and the handles for of the pen. So whatever it is you design for the products, it is purely depends on the customer's requirements and whether the customer will satisfy while using it. Another one factors you think is the cost of productions on the basis of the product designs. See, these are the major factors you consider while you are going for a product design. If you are going to produce a car, so if you're going to produce a car, you want to have n numbers of parts and machines will be involved in it. So you'll be thinking about how far this car will be useful for the customers. So these are the factors you'll be considered in the product designs. Okay, so product design describes the process of imaging, creating and iterating the products that solve users problems or addresses specific needs in a given market. So if you are going to design for the existing products, you will be evaluating the competitors, how their product is designed and what are the changes can be made in the product design, so that the customers will be more attracted than the competitors. Okay, so first steps in product designs is you have to imagine about that product layout, like 3D or 2D. You have to imagine what are the parts will be involved and how the shapes and size of the products will be, what are the components you are going to assemble with the products. So first you will have an imaginations, then you will create in the sense of, it starts with a pencil drawing or with a computer drawing like a CAD or a CAM. Using those software also you can go with the product designing, and you will be implementing those product design to the proper structured products, so that it solves the customer's problems and also it meets the needs of the market. For example, at present the COVID situation is we are in a danger zone, and at present the mask is having a we need more mask at present. Okay, mask and sanitizer. So what the business person will do, what are the different way we can project our products like a mask in a market by giving a different designing, so that it will create a positive impact among the customers while they are using it, because everyone is having a negative thoughts towards this COVID. So for example, I saw in a recent Google search, there in China it seems they have produced the mask with some colorful flowers and attraction colors, so that the customers is willing to buy it more, since it created more beautifulness and it created more positive things, thoughts towards them. So this is one of the example for the product design. Okay, the key when the key success of the product designs is purely depends upon understanding the end users actual needs for whom the product is produced. So we are going to the next slide. There are the following are the types of product design. The first thing is we will design our products for the industry, we will design for the quality of life, we will design for the healthcare, and design for the social impact, design for the sustainability, and design for lead futures. So design for industry in the sense, our product is designed for the industrial usage. We know very well industrial products like steel, metals, then components, parts, assembling components, parts, machines, equipments, all these things are used as the inputs for the final products, even as semi-finished goods or a raw materials. So our, if you are going to design our products for an industry, there comes the design for the industry. The second one is design for the quality of life. If we have designed the products for enhancing the lifestyle of the customers, so that living style of the home, living for a home or a office interior or the public environments, if you are making any designing in that sense, it is coming for the designing for the quality of life. You are going to give some enhancement for the quality of life, that is changing the lifestyle of the end users, that comes your design for the quality of life. A good example is mobile phone. Okay, the mobile phone changed the lifestyle of the customers, end users, in a different way. Even the common man, even a common man is using, even a farmer is using this product design. Because of the smart phones, all the information is received in a single platform. Even if you think about the smart watch, it is also created a more impact the lifestyles everyone is having, and they are thinking, they are tracking their health, how their health issues, how it is happening, are their organs are functioning properly, how many calories they have burned out. All the things are tracked in a smart watch phone. This is one of the example for designing for the quality of life, is changing or transforming the lifestyle of the end users for the society or for the environment. And most of the products nowadays used produced for the eco protections, that is environment protections, like Go Green and organic products also comes under this category. Next we are going to say for the design of the healthcare. If the product is designed for the health care industries, like medical industries or a pharma industries or a hospital industry, there comes the design for a healthcare. For example, now the medicines are more focused on the COVID resolutions medicines, and many testing instruments or many testing instruments, the product design is happening in different research centers to rectify this COVID problem. So such examples are for the design for the healthcare. The next thing is design for social impact. If you are if you are designing your products for a society improvements, like a sustainable improvement or economical development of our nations, that comes your social impact, that is keeping the people centric in the mind, and whatever it is, whatever products you designs, that should be equally used by the all the levels of the people, that is high class, middle class and lower class. In that sense, designing for a social impact, most of the televisions or smartphones will comes under this social impact. And economic developments, even foodstuffs can also be considered for this social impact. If your product, if you have designed your products for creating some social impact in the society, so that there will be equal usage of products among the people, there comes the social impact. The urban, even there is no inequality that only the urbans can be used to this, not the rural one, not like that. If you are designed it for the whole nations, that comes your design for social impact. The next we are going to see about the design for sustainability. Here, if you have invented a new system that created more sustainability, that is, what is the meaning for sustainability? Retaining a particular thing for a longer period. Okay, that happens when you are going to restore the environments, and when the human experiences this one is a betterment for our lifespan. And if you are going to rebuild the community, or you are going to create the whole polluted where in a natural world, there comes the design for sustainability. The last one is we are going to see about the design for LED futures. If your project is purely focused on the enormous challenges that is faced by the Indians, like high populations and health issues and sanitations and energy and ecology, there comes the design led futures. So most of the IIT projects are focused how to rebuild our environments, that is pollutions free environment. That is one of the good example for the design for LED futures. The next one we are going to see about the elements in product designs. What are the thing is most required in the product design? The first one is tools. The tools here, it starts with a pencil and it can be continued with the advanced softwares like CAD, CAM or anything that is used for designing the products. Might be in a 3D or a 2D we can do it, or even 8D also they have advanced it. The next one is experience. See, whatever you designs, you should have a good experience on that, that even the customers should feel and think and learn, so that without any mistakes they will make use of it, whatever characteristics you have designed in that products itself. The next one is systems. System is, it compressed of all the functionings of the products. That is, if you are giving a new system and approaches, then it will remove all the global challenges that is faced by the customers and the society. The next one is emotional appeal. See, whatever products you design, there some emotional attachment should be fixed with that, so that customers will buy in a frequent manner. If there is no emotional attachment is fixed with the product designs, it will be a big failure in the market. So whenever you design a products, you should ask a questions: how will it make people feel? In addition to this, how will it look and how will it work? So these are the questions you have to raise while you are designing the product designs for the customers, which creates the emotional appeal. The next one is sustainability. See, whatever product designs you design, there should be a longer durability in the market. So if anything goes wrong with the product designs, that creates a great loss to the company. So the product designs before implementing or before giving the product designs to the production department, the product designer should do a feasibility study whether this product designs make success in the market. Okay. The next, it's growth. Growth is, it should have a greater competitive advantages among our competitors, so that we will have a consistent growth in the business life cycle. The next one is functions. See, whatever product designs you do, it should have a sound functioning system. That is, you should use a existing or a slighter change in the technology, so that your customers and clients will have a more impact on that, and your designs will be also most fixed with their preferences. The next one is aesthetics. Aesthetic is nothing but the beautiness in the product designs, attractions, uniqueness. These are the words can be used for this aesthetics. Your product design should have a power of beauty, that is visual attractiveness of the products. The next one is spark. Spark, when you are cracking a when you are using a crackers, it will create some spark, a lightning or a little attentions towards others. So whatever product designs you launch or you create, that should create some spark or some innovative functions of the products should be done, so that everyone will look at you and they will also start buying it. The next one is process. The way the things actually get done, that is the transformations of inputs into outputs with the help of any new technology and new approaches, should be done rapidly with the workflow or a time frames or roles and outcomes. These are the things should be considered, and it should be defined in the product design itself. So these are the elements of product designs. The next we are going to see about the best examples of a product designs. This is one of the electrical bike. This electrical bike is designed with respect to the customer needs, and nowadays we face lots of problems with the vehicle pollutions, vehicle exhausting pollutions, air pollutions. So if you are using this electrical bike, even if you touch a button, it will move fast. You don't want to pedal more on that, don't want to give more stress on the pedaling and all. So this is one of the good example for the product designs, which the electrical power is used for running this bicycle. One of the biggest failure in the market is Tata Nano. We know very well they launched with rupees 1 lakh, so that even a lower middle class or a middle class persons can be afforded, but slighter defects in the products, and in few cases Nano car started burning, just like an this product is designed with respect to auto, that is rickshaw auto or share auto designing. So it is one of the big failure, and even in order to disperse those produced Nano, they sold out with a very cheaper price. Okay, so this is one of, and now they have changed many things in the existing product designs, and now they have relaunched it. Now it's going slighter successful one. The next one is objectives of product designs. The overall objective of the product design is profit for a long run. The next one is it should have a desired quality, and it should have a reduced time, and the cost should be a minimum one. Next one is the cost of products, that is if you are going to launch your products in the market, it should be in a minimum that is cheaper price, so that it is an affordable one. Next one is your product design should be a producible one. Just like that, I have a creativity and innovations, just for my namesake you should not produce your products. That should be a producible one, that is with a new technology or a existing technology. That is designing whatever product designs you do, it should be designed for a manufacturing or assembly. Next, we are going to see about the factors that influencing the product designs. Here we have n numbers of factors influencing. The first, we are going to see about the environment. So in environments we have two category, that is whatever product you have designed, it should be in a recycling way. For example, the plastic is, it is not at all, we cannot go with a decomposable. So your environment should, whatever product design you should do, it should be a recyclable one, and it should be efficient for the environment. The next one is it's a cost effective. So manufacture costing should be a minimum one, and the purchasing of the raw materials or purchasing done by the customer should be a minimum one. Here cost we meant for maintenance cost or raw material cost or any maintenance requirements material cost, those should be a minimum one. Next one is ergonomics. Ergonomics is nothing but the size and form of the product should product design should be customer point of view. You have to do it. It should not harmful to the society or harmful to the person who is using it. So most of the medical medicines that is taken by the patients are harmful to them. They give some defective in the future. So whatever products you design, it should not harmful to the end users. The next one is material. Your material should be a natural resources received one, or a man-made one, or a smart one. Smart one is with the help of any technology, that is most of the services, that is internet or anything, your material should be. The next one is customer specifications. Your customer specifications with respect to the material requirements, and if you want to receive the actual expectations of the customers, you have to go with any survey, that is customer satisfactions or customer expectation survey. So through those survey we can come to the conclusions what is the actual specifications of the thing. The next one is industrial productions. So here, whether your product designed for a just in one time, or it is going for a continuous productions or a batch productions or a single item productions. So these are the factors also influences the product designs, cost and quality and prices, etc. The next one is company identity. The company identity is nothing but brand image of the company, the name that your company created in the products. So whenever an Apple iPhone is launched, it shows that brand shows that it is a aesthetic ones, that is uniqueness, beautifulness, and whatever features or characteristics is induced in that product, it created more that is whoever is owning that product, it creates them a good status among the society. So it's a quality or reliability, slogans that attracts more. The next one is logos of the company and the style the product is designed, or the company is whatever it is. Then aesthetics, I already explained it. It is about the beautiness of the product. That should be, that also creates more impact, that also influences the product design. Next one is fashions. We have modern and nostalgia. Modern, we know most of our recent generation is more focused on the modern styles. Okay, we are not ready to follow the olden one, we want a new thing. That is no repetitions about the from the past. We should have a new trends. That is one fashion. The next one is nostalgia, is nothing but it is um, creating some emotional attachment towards that products. That is, if I used once, the next time also I need to buy the same products. If not, that is all, that is a good, that is the meaning for the nostalgia. Next one is culture. Culture also creates more impact on the product designing. In a particular culture, the certain products will be accepted, product design will be accepted. In some other culture or some other country culture, they will not accept it. So for example, if the particular country is most communist one, they will not accept certain product designs which is against their culture. If it is a religion based country also, certain religion terms of colors or any other things will not be accepted in a particular country. So whenever you design a product for a particular nations or a region or a community, you should think about their culture, whether this product designs will not affect their culture thoughts or not. The next one is functions. Functions, for what purpose the product is going to solve it. That is the thing. So these are the factors influences the product design. The next one we are going to see about the approaches of the product design. The first one is designing for the customer. Next one is designing for the manufacturing and assembly. Under designing for the customers, the designing for the we have a different customers for our company. The one is our clients may be from the industrial industry, so that we will offer our products to a industry usage, like a raw material, maybe a spare parts, maybe a assembling unit, maybe, or a machines, tools, equipments, whatever it is. That is one of the thing, whether our customer is an industrial person, so we will have a different designs for them. The next one is your designing should have more impact on the voice of the customer. The next one is it will be creating the quality functions development. It is not development, it is deployment. So whatever product functions you have a design, it should reach the quality that you promised with the customer. The next one is designing for the manufacture and assembly. That is over the wall approach. There is no loss, no gain. That is designing for the assembly part or equipments, those things. The next one is concurrent engineering. The next one is designing for manufacturing and designing for assembly. These are the things that comes under the designing for the manufacturing and assembly. The next one is design for the use of productions. So whatever you design, that should achieve the production usability. That is optimum usage of all the resources. That is specifications should be done in the product design itself, in which quantity and quality a particular raw material should be used for this product designs, and what size and measurement should be done for this particular parts, and which system or which technology should be used for the manufacturing of the particular product designs. Everything should be done. That is specifications of all those things. Standardizations, that is which standard of quality you are going to use, what type of raw material you are going to use, or what type of quality of raw material you are going to use, what type of quality of employees you are going to use, what type of environment you are going to use, which quality you are going to make it. All those things should be mentioned in the standardization. The next one is simplifications. You might be an expert one in the particular field, but the end people, that the lower level technical level or operating level only going to produce that particular products. So the product design should be a simplifications one, so that whoever see it, they can find out in which way they are going to produce it and what are the components is going to assemble in this product. All those things should be mentioned in a simple language, so that the production unit lower level employee will also understand what are the part is going to focus on that. The next one is designing for quality. So whatever products you design, that should be meant for the quality. Next one is designing for ergonomics. I already told ergonomics is nothing but whatever size and form you give for the product designs, it should not harmful to the end users. That is designing for the ergonomics. The next one is designing for the environment protections. So while you are doing the production itself, the government will come and check you whether the product you produced is going to give goodness to the society or harmful to the society. If you are creating goodness, they will not take any actions. If you are going to harmful to the environment, they will take actions, and your business will be a collapsed one in that stage. Next one is designing for recycling. If after usage of time, if the product is going to lose its lifespan, it should be in a recycling manner. Nowadays the government is more focused on the recycling products, so your product design also we are recycling one. The next one is designing for disassembly. See, most of the products like a car or a bicycle or even toys or even a mobile, anything goes wrong, okay, we can reassemble it, and again we can assemble it after rectifying the repair. So your product design should be a disassembly one, so that if anything goes wrong, problems can be rectified with disassembly, and again it can be assembled after the problem is solved. The next one is designing for the mass customizations. So that the delayed differentiation, modular designs, or two tactics used to make some mass product customization is possible. Customization is nothing but designing the products for different customers. For example, a good example for the customization is a tailoring. So for a different clients, different measurement is taken and different quality is done with respect to the different clients. That is one of the example for the mass customizations. So you have to think about everyone, whether the size, form and quality and quantity is customized for everyone. So keeping all in mind, you have to go. Next one is design for ease. This I explained. Okay, other issues in product designs are computer aided designs. That is, use of computer graphics for designing of the products helps to generate number of alternative designs. Okay, even the more templates will be available in the CAD itself, so that will also help to improvise our product designs, identifying the best alternative which meets the designer criteria. Designer criteria is the person who is designing it. The next one is value engineering or value analysis. It is concerned with the improvement of the design and specifications at the various stages of product planning and development. So whenever you design a products, you will analyze the cost involved in the productions. That is the value engineering or value analysis. The cost involved in the product designs will give good returns in the future. Those things you'll be analyzing in the value engineering or value analysis. Next one is issues in product designs. So we have legal issues in product design. The first one is protections of intellectual property. If the designer own the product design property, there comes the intellectual property. The next one is patents. The patents is a temporary monopoly that is granted by the government for 20 years, and once the government is approved, he will be a patent holder and he has the full rights to transfer to somebody else with a proper payment from the others. The next one is copyright. Here copyrights come for the written materials like a research material or an artist work like a musical like Ilayaraja musics or A.R. Rahman musical thing, or dramatic works, that is if any Kalki writing. The next one is computer programming like MS Office or anything like that. Complications and films, directors, they can own their story copyrights, and even the producer can own it. And sound recording, broadcast and published editions all comes in copyrights. If anybody owns the idea, these also comes in the legal issues in product design. The next one is plagiarism. Plagiarism is if anyone is copying other person's ideas, thoughts, images or material, there comes the plagiarism. So if you are using others owned patent that product designs, we will face problems with the law. Next one is ethical issues. The ethical is moral issues in product designs. See, whatever products you design, it should be for the customer. Next one, you should have a intellectual property. A designer should have a ownership towards its product design. And privacy is certain restrictions should be given for the product designs. If the company is going to make some changes in the product designs, that it should get some approval from the product designer, because he only created it. So privacy is meant in that sense. Next one is exposure to the undesirable one. Advertising of the designs, the rights to alter the natural order, whether the design should be tested on animals, on humans, environmental impact, sustainable technology, minority groups. So these are the points included in ethical issues or moral issues. So it should not affect the minority groups, so that below 18 ages your product designs that is harmful to them. The next one is your product design should have a sustainable technology. That is, your technology should not be a shorter period, it should be for a longer period. For example, the pager, in our generations we had the pager. At present it is not at all existing, and that particular technology existed only for a certain period, but more investment is made for the production of the pager. So you should keep such ethical issues. The next one is, you should not harmful to the environment, and you should not test certain products with animals and humans, so that your product should not test it with that if it is not allowed. The next one is, it should not alter the natural order, that is natural thing that is created by God. Okay, that is harmful to the natural resources. Then advertising of designs. If you have designed one thing, you have the rights to advertisement it. Somebody who is going to advertisement, they will face lots of problem with that. So these are the ethical issues in product design. The next one is, we are going to see about the environmental issues in product designs. That is, process of pollutions. If your process pollute the environment, then the government will totally block the thing. The next one is, you should have a ease of recycling the products. That is, you should have a proper greenhouse effect or a global warming thing, and your ozone layer, our ozone layer should not affected. Then tropical deforestations, because of our product designs, the deforestation should not happen. There should be a proper waste management should be specified in the product design, and you should not have a your product design should not pollute the water and resource consumption. Natural resources should not be consumed in a higher level. A good example is Pepsi and Coca-Cola. They have used more water in the river and thing. The next one is, so with this I stop, and